This is the SQL Server security module, and we are discussing about the encryption and decryption in SQL Server. Encryption, as we know, that is the process to convert the plain text into some unreadable text. This unreadable text is the ciphertext, and the ciphertext is achieved by using the cipher algorithm. This cipher algorithm using some keys to encrypt the data. These keys are symmetric keys, asymmetric keys, or certificates. So symmetric keys and asymmetric key we already discussed. Now in this video we are going to discuss about the certificates. So certificate is a digital signed security object which contains the public key, or optionally it can contain a private key. So we can say that certificate is a container which contains the asymmetric keys. It is a database level secureable. If we are going to this SQL Server Management Studio, we can find the certificate at database level. In any database, we can create the certificate. This is a database level secureable, not the instance level. So the certificates can be imported either from the third party within the SQL Server. We can generate the certificates. If we are generating the certificate within the SQL Server, then it is known as the self-signed SQL Server certificate. And when the self-signed SQL Server certificate is generated, then the private key is always created. So the self-signed certificate contains the public key as well as the private key. So the private key is protected by the password. If we are not providing the password, then it is automatically encrypted by the database master key. If the database master key is also not exist there, and we are not giving the password, then we cannot create the self-signed certificates. So what is the hierarchy of these keys? To understand the hierarchy, this is the Microsoft diagram for the encryption hierarchy, and these are the layers diagram, and the last layer we have the encrypted data, and this data is encrypted either by the up layer by using the symmetric keys, or this data is encrypted by the database master key. So the every layer is protected by the above layers. So the encrypted data is encrypted by the symmetric keys, and then the symmetric key itself encrypted by the certificate or asymmetric keys or the symmetric keys. So this layer is protected by the either by the password or by the database master keys. And then the database master key is protected by the this DMK is this database master key is protected by the service master key, which is created by the SQL Server setup. So this SM key is automatically created when we install the SQL Server, and this SM key, service master key, is encrypted and protected by the Windows operating system database protection API. So these are the hierarchies that each layer is protected by the above layers. Now when we create the certificate's private key is protected either by the password, like in this hierarchy. The certificate is protected either by the password or either by the database master key. If that if we are not providing the password, then it will be protected by the database master key, and if the database master key are also not available and we are not providing the password, then we cannot create the self-signed certificate. So certificates are useful because certificate we can take the backup of the certificate, we can export the certificate into another the database, we can import the certificates. So these are the benefits of creating the certificates. So this is the syntax to create a certificate. Create certificate, we have to provide the certificate name, and this is the optional if we want to protect the private key, we have to provide the either the password. If we are not providing the password, then it will be automatically protected by the database master key, like in this hierarchy we already have seen. And this with we can provide the subject for what purpose this is the certificate. We can write the subject, it's optional, and the start date when this certificate will be active. We can specify the date. If we are not specifying the date, then this the default date is the date of the creation of the certificate, and we can specify the expiry date. If we are not specifying the expiry date, then the by default it will take the it will add the 1 year into the creation date. So that will be the expiry date of the certificates. So now let's move to the SQL Server Management Studio to create the certificate, and then after creation the certificate will encrypt the data and decrypt the data. This is SQL Server Management Studio, and we are in the query analyzer. This is the master. I'm going to create a database by using the master database, and this the database which I'm going to create is a test DB, and then I will use this test DB and I will create the certificate into this database. And this is the syntax to create the certificate. I have to specify the certificate name, and the if I want to protect the private key by password, then I have to provide this password, some strong password. If I will not use this password, then it will automatically be encrypted by the database master key. So here I have to write the subject, and the start date and the expiry date are the optional. So this certificate is created. And if I will specify the expiry date is the some previous date, then the current date, then the certificate will not be created. Now if I will use this catalog view sysdar certificate, I can find my this user cert in this catalog view. So this is the name of my certificate, certificate ID, and protected by this password, encryption by the password. This is the certificate information in this catalog view. And the advantage of this certificate is that we can take the backup of the certificate into some external source, and we can restore this backup at some later location, at some later point, when suppose we have our database is corrupted, or we want to restore the same certificate into another database, then we can use these backups. But in the case of the asymmetric and asymmetric key, this option is not available. So this is the benefit of the certificate, that we can take the backup of the certificate like this. I can use this syntax backup certificate user to this file, to this location, and this is the backup name. So I will use this syntax, and this backup is completed successfully. And this, when I'm going to take the backup, this it will take the backup of only for the public key, not the private key. Public key is used for encryption and private key is used for decryption. So if I will not specify the private key, then it will use the backup only for the public key. If I want to take the backup for the private key, then I have to mention in this during the backup with private key, this syntax I have to use. Then it will take the backup of the private key also, and the private key encryption by password. This is the password for the private key, and this is the decryption by password. Is that this is the password for this backup file. If I want to restore this backup file, I have to use this password for this backup file. So I can use this syntax, or I can use this syntax to take the backup only for the public key. So now I'm going to create a table in this test database, and then I will this table is the logins table. This table has the user names and their passwords, and I will encrypt the password by using the certificates. So now this table I created, I will insert some data. These 4 employees are inserted into this table. If I will check now what is in this table, I can find the employees data in this table. These are the 4 employees, and there the password does not exist. So I will use the same username as a password, but I will first encrypt the username, then I will update this column by this encrypted data, which is the username. So for that I will use the certificate. To encrypt this data, to encrypt this column, I can use this syntax encrypt by cert, and then I have to provide the my certificate name. My certificate name which I created above, I use the name is user cert. This is the certificate name. I created a certificate in this database by using this name, so I will use this certificate to encrypt the data. So this is the syntax encrypt by certificate, and the data will be encrypted by the cert ID, and I will have to provide the name here of the certificate, and here I have to provide which column I want to encrypt. So I will encrypt this username, and then after encryption I will use this as a password. So if this is a simple way to encrypt, and you see this is the after encryption it will look like this one. So I will update the table column, password column with this encrypted data. So if I will query this table, now I have the username, employee name, and then the login password. So this login password is actually the username, but I use the certificate to encrypt this username and used as a password. So now if I want to decrypt, for the decryption, if I will use the same syntax like decrypt by certificate, and then I have to give the certificate I user certificate, and which column I have to decrypt this login underscore password. If I will use this syntax, so what will be happen? It will not decrypt. It will give the null because decryption is always by the private key. We cannot decrypt the data by using the public key if we are not specifying the password, because the certificate private key is protected by the this password. So we have to use this password to decrypt the data. If I'm not using this password, then I cannot decrypt the data. So this I have to use this for the decryption. I have to use the private key. Private key is used for the decryption only. So now for the syntax is this one, decrypt by certificate. I have to use my certificate name. Then which column I have to decrypt? This column login underscore password, and I have to provide the this private key. This private key, when I will provide, then this it will decrypt the column data. So let's see. So after decryption, it is giving me the same username, because this actually these are encrypted data is the username. So in this way we can encrypt the data and decrypt the data by using the certificate. Certificate contains the public key and the private keys, and we can encrypt the data by using the public key. Anyone can use this key because we are not providing any password, and the but to decrypt we need the private key.